Hello again, it's me Eli, aka Slim, coming to you with a color video this time. As promised, I'm coloring the Jazmon piece that I was inking earlier. So this is after I've done a couple of things. I've inked it, I scanned it in. Well, I inked it, I erased the pencil, I scanned it in, and then printed out a larger copy than the original part that I inked. And yeah, now I'm just going in here with my Prisma colors and there's a couple Copic markers in here as well. But just putting some colors down. Luckily, there's not too many colors I need to worry about. Let me see. If you look up at the top, I wrote down some names of colors. That's what those are. All colors, at least all Prisma colors, have these numbers to them to kind of so that you know what color you're working with. So what I do is I use that marker and I write the number in that color, and that way it dries and I get to see exactly the colors that I'm working with. So I go down the colors I think I want, put them up there, let them dry, see what they look like. Now that I know what they're going to look like, I then apply the colors I want onto the piece. A couple tips for people that are, trying alcohol markers and maybe aren't as experienced yet. I start with the darkest color. Like, for example, I use cell shading technique. I don't really use a gradient. Like, I don't really blend. I kind of have hard lines, kind of showing where shadows are, and then I just have full lines. Think like Dragon Ball Z, how Dragon Ball Z coloring looks. It's not so much a gradient like a painting or a portrait of someone, where there's shades. There's a shadow, and there's not shadow, and then there's sometimes highlights. I might put a third color or leave no color for a highlight. But I learned this trick from one of my friends on Facebook and Instagram. I learned this trick from one of my friends on Instagram. His name is Pixelated Tycoon. Chris Botterill. So yeah, this was a tip I picked up from Chris Botterill. I'll put a link to his Instagram or his Facebook down here so you can follow him. He does a lot of amazing pieces using alcohol-based markers. Like, really amazing. But yeah, you told me I should use the darker color first and then add the lighter color. The reason is because alcohol-based markers tend to bleed. They interact with other colors that you put on top of them. They have this little relationship. So if you were to go in and put the light color down first and then put the dark color down on top of it, the second color you put down would lift up a little bit of that lighter color and you might be able to notice it. But if you do the darker color first and then you go over that with the lighter color, it's not that big of a deal because the darker color is of course darker. So even if it does lift up a little bit, it's not as noticeable. If anything, it just adds a blending effect to it so that it looks more of a gradient rather than a hard line anyway. So it's just, it's a win-win situation. But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of just imagining a light source. I don't get too complicated with it, and I kind of just eyeball it. I know there's more technical ways of going about this, but I kind of just imagine a light, usually it's on the left or the right of the character. Sometimes I might think it's in front, or it's probably going to be in front. But I try to imagine it in this 3D space, and then I just try to imagine what would get shadows cast on it and where would highlights be. And then I just color kind of based on that. And it's not perfect, of course. I imagine if I was more technical about it, I could get more accurate shadows and lighting, but this is just something that's going to be more for fun. Something I just want to look good. So I just do my best. I don't pull out rulers and, you know, try things like that. Also, I'm being pretty easy with the swimsuit. I just have Jazmon here in this kind of fabric-y layered material. We're just wringing out her hair. So I know she likes purple, so I just made the swimsuit purple. Didn't really do too much heavy lifting. Just found two purples I think look good together and then laid it down. It is interesting because Jazmon actually has yellow eyes, which I think is fun. I don't know why. It just I like purple and yellow, and I think it goes well with her brown skin. I forgot to mention this on the last video, but Jazmon, back in 2008 when I originally created her, she had a butterfly tattoo on her shoulder. I'm not sure if I'm going to include that. I know she has this scarf that she got from her deceased father that she continues to wear. Sometimes she'll wear it as a belt, sometimes she'll wear it as a scarf, but she always has it on her. I was thinking about also incorporating that tattoo and putting some type of meaning behind that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to include it. I do like the idea. Maybe I'll have it so that she'll get it later. And it moved between it was a tattoo sometimes and it was a rose sometimes. So I gotta freaking make up my mind on exactly what it is, but that's Jazmon. Like I said, I also tried to do some designs to show that she's wet. Of course she's at a beach, so her wringing out her hair, she had to have gotten water on her. But I don't think I'm going to do anything about I could have maybe put some type of effect or some color onto the water texture I put onto her, but I think I'm going to do that in post. Maybe I'll just do that with a Sharpie. Not a Sharpie. Maybe I'll just do that with a white gel pen to just add some details that are missing. But we'll see. I might not. I might. But anyway, I mean, at the end of the video, you can see kind of how I finish off. This is how the picture ends. I erased the colors up there at the top. Figured you didn't need to really see that. But yeah, I think it came out really well. I'm very happy with it. Hope you enjoyed watching me color this. If you like this and want to see more things like it, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.